We land across the beach, proceed to the airfield, destroy an ammo dump, eliminate any remaining resistance, sit tight till our relief arrives.
To be honest, when I've watched this video, I asked myself, how come I didn't know about this TV show, All's Fair? Sometimes when you're, honestly folks, sometimes when you're doing content after content, you felt like you missed something, the one you're seeing. Because to be honest, I didn't know about the TV show All's Fair, Disney Hulu, but was there any marketing? Huh, weird. I mean, I know about Snow White, The Acolyte, Marvel's Eco, but this one? How come I didn't know about it? And also, before we start, I feel sorry for the production crew. Yes, the producers, director, and all that sorts, they get paid. But for the production crews, the editing crews, yeah, they get shit on.
When everyone saw the trailer for Kim Kardashian's newest show on Hulu and on Disney Plus called All's Fair, it was pretty
Disney
easy
Plus.
to assume that this was going to be a cringe fucking disaster. A girl boss power fantasy where strong, powerful women are out to pay back all these evil men. A team of all female divorce attorneys who are dedicated to taking down rich white men after mistreating their wives. That was what the story was. And the trailers were telling you exactly what it was going to be, which was a cringe fest. As it turns out, that's exactly what it is. And it's one that not even the critics can get behind. Look, a lot of people have gotten behind Kim Kardashian in her life, Ray J for one, but the critics can't get behind this.
Imagine that, folks. Imagine both the audience and the critics have something to hate, or in this case, can agree on for once. I swear, whoever approved this idea really needs to get the boot. I have to know who exactly greenlit any shows, okay? There has to be some section that greenlit, or in this case, some section in Hollywood that greenlit any type of movies. I mean, there should be one, right? I think this person, yeah, this movie's, I don't know what's the production budget, but if they don't make their money, well, how are they gonna pay the production crew? Which I'm certain it's gonna take a lot of money.
Ryan Murphy's All's Fair debuts with a 0% on Rotten Tomatoes. One critic said this may be the worst TV drama ever.
Nice job, genius.
He might not be wrong. It's pretty fucking bad. Now, there is good news for All's Fair. In fact, it is up to 6% from the critics. 6%! So congratulations. I think of the 17 reviews, they have one positive one so far. Is that the way that math would work out, somewhere around there? It's fucking bad. I watched one episode of this. We're going to be reviewing it on Friday Night Tights on Friday, so that should be interesting. I watched one episode. It is everything the trailer promised and worse. Now, when it comes to the audience score on Rotten Tomatoes, it's interesting that it's all the way up at 63%. You go to a place like Metacritic, it's at 1.8. If you go to other places, it's getting absolutely fucking annihilated. I did think it was interesting on Rotten Tomatoes. Obviously, it's a little easier to bot Rotten Tomatoes. And when you scroll through and just take a handful of selections from the 5-star reviews, thought I'd show you guys some of these. These are all 5-star reviews for the show. Only thing that's ever been reviewed. Only thing that's ever been reviewed is this show. Only thing that's ever been reviewed. Only thing that's ever been reviewed. And so on and so forth. So you make up your own mind if you think that these are genuine scores. Nevertheless,
looks like we're gonna have to talk about that one. It's a good time for the ads. Okay, look, they must have bought those reviews. I mean, we all know that Rotten Tomato can be rigged. I don't know if they have a botted account. I'm certain because I know that 1 star could be a genuine review. Usually you have to check these reviews, what they say, whether it's genuine or not. Because there is a thing called review botted. Here, let me give you another example. Look with Call of Duty Black Ops 7. They got like, what, 40 plus million viewers. But the like to dislike ratio paints a different story. And yes, there's a thing called view botted. Interesting to see how the mainstream media is taking this. Ironic, isn't it?
When it comes to the way the media feels about it, and I don't always go along with the media, it's hard not to in this case. I've watched this shit. It is fucking bad. The worst TV show of the year, what the critics are saying about All's Fair. The Hollywood Reporter TV critic Angie Han writes that these characters are so thin, there's no recognizable emotion underlying any of it, and thus no feeling to be provoked by watching it. I think I want to go through the San Francisco Chronicles list because they have a couple snippets in here that are absolute gold from some of the greatest hits of the All's Fair reviews. Look, Kim Kardashian is an awful actress. she is. Well, I mean, this could describe her as a person as well. She's shallow, right? There's
Hmm.
like no real emotion. There's no nothing. All of the women in the show are insanely fucking unlikable. It is all a feminist girl boss power fantasy in which men are the extreme evil in the world, and these women have
Ah,
been kept down their entire lives,
so
and they're
that's
going
what
to
it
do anything to get
is.
these men back. And every woman has a fucking sob story about her fucking rich husband, and she wants to take his money. And some of these women are awful fucking people too. Right? Some of these women are awful fucking people. They're the ones in the wrong, but they're portrayed as if they're the ones in the right because it's all about the women against the men. That's what this show is. And made by a gay man, Ryan Murphy, who's made a lot of shit, by the way. Some of it you might like, some of it you might not. This is fucking trash.
Before we let him continue, ask yourself this: who on earth approved this? Honestly, again, like I said, I feel sorry for the production crew, and because thanks to this bullshit, they had to deal with the consequences of the fallout, assuming this TV show made back their money, which I highly doubt it because, I mean, what's the production budget for this TV show, All's Fair? Because I'm probably certain it's not cheap, could be expensive.
Just hours after the premiere of Ryan Murphy's star-studded new Hulu series, All's Fair, some of the most savage reviews of the year hit the internet. How savage?
How savage?
Kim Kardashian's performance in the show's first 3 episodes drew comparisons to Genghis Khan and Jim Jones.
What?
Does Kardashian, who plans to take bar exams, we are told, who, by the way, admitted that she failed classes because she was using ChatGPT when she was studying to be a lawyer, holy fuck, make a convincing lawyer, writes the Time of London Ben Dowell on his 0-star review? No, she does not. She is to acting what Genghis Khan is to a peaceful liberal democracy. Let's say it again. Kim Kardashian is to acting what Genghis Khan is to a peaceful liberal democracy. Holy shit. Dow speculates the show may well be the worst television drama ever made. The Guardian's Lucy Mangan agrees in her 0-star review. So I just want to make it clear. You have outlets that are not giving this 1 star, that are giving it 0 stars, which doesn't happen often. 0 stars for this. I did not know it was still possible to make television this bad. I assumed there was some sort of baseline, some inescapable bedrock of knowledge on how to do it that now prevents any entry into art form from falling below a certain standard, but I was wrong. All's Fair is terrible. Fascinatingly, incomprehensibly, existentially terrible. Glamours, Emily Maddox speculates Murphy's latest flop may stem from the fact that he has been fully Kardashianified. He's drunk the Kris Jenner Kool-Aid, who is an executive producer of this, by the way, Kris fucking Jenner. Maddox writes, referencing the 1978 murder-suicides of Jonestown. The Murphy cinematic universe has been infected by this so-called aspirational lifestyle the Kardashians dictate we should all be conforming to aspire to, which, in other words, translates as behaving like a billionaire. Kardashian and Jenner are executive producers of All's Fair, which follows an elite team of Beverly Hills female divorce attorneys after they split from a high-powered male law firm. The cast includes Naomi Watts, Glenn Close, Niecy Nash, Tiana Taylor, and longtime Murphy collaborator Sarah Paulson. There's a lot of acting talent, but for the Guardian's Mangan, Watt preens and pouts and poses in search of a character, deleting her lines so archly that you can almost hear her joints cracking. The Daily Telegraph's Ed Power called the show a crime against television. Ryan Murphy is the high priest of tacky, tasteless television. And this year, he's outdone himself with a show of mind-bending horror, sure to trigger nightmares in the unexpecting viewer. The problem, according to Variety, is twofold. Quote, it probably says all you need to know about All's Fair that a legal drama ostensibly about women's empowerment begins with a pilot written and directed by men.
Okay, before we let him continue, seriously, that is not how a good story was. See, this is why, now you see why after COVID, many people can no longer see celebrities, or in this case, according to Jennifer Lawrence, celebrities doesn't make a difference when it comes to people voting for someone, or in this case, for the election. They don't make any difference. They don't have any impact. And also, as expected, the Kardashians, they're not gonna say anything. They're just gonna deflect the blame and gaslight you. It's the same different story. I mean, seriously, what will it take for these Kardashians to at least open their eyes and see their out-of-touch reality? I have no idea, but...
shit. He's a gay man, though. That basically counts as a woman. I mean, at least it did until they started actually changing themselves into women. Herman notes, referring to Murphy's co-creators, John Robin Bates and Joe Bacon. Murphy directed the pilot before Anthony Hemingway took the helm for the 10-episode series. Herman added, the show's condescending take on rah-rah girl boss feminism are half-baked even by the standards of an overextended Murphy. So when I'm talking about girl boss power fantasy, that is not just, Ryan Kinnell, RK Outpost, who doesn't like fucking woke shit. That's not just me. This is from fucking Variety that are saying these things, right? This is Variety that is saying it goes
Ironic,
way too
isn't
much
it?
and leans way too much into girl boss feminism.
Let him cook. Let
Kardashian
him
isn't
cook.
called on to project emotional depth. She's summoned to look like a badass in high def and slow motion, as she could do in her sleep on Instagram. Like all sugar rushes, the high fades fast and you're left with a stomach ache. But for the Hollywood Reporter's Angie Han, Kardashian is perfect for her role, though that's not a compliment. Kardashian's performance, stiff and affectless without a single authentic note, is exactly what the writing, also stiff and affectless without a single authentic note, merits. Her very presence, which succeeds at generating buzz and not much else, feels fitting for a show that seems to not want to be watched so much as mined for viral bits and pieces. The show, look, I only watched one episode. I don't know if I can stomach anymore.
Wow.
It is fucking awful. And you know what? This is not a show that's made for me.
Shout out to Ryan. Don't worry, I'll leave his full video link in the description. This show also is not meant for me as well, because frankly, I didn't know about this show. And trust me, my main criticism, or in this case, my main concern is the crew. Mainly production crew, and also the editing crew, VFX editor, whatever it is, they're gonna get impacted for this moronic take and moronic decision. I mean, who the hell greenlit it? And for the Kardashian, they will not feel any sympathy. I mean, what do you expect from celebrities? It's been like that since COVID. What will happen if for some reason these looters who are looting LA, or in this case every part of the US, loot their home with a tank? How the private security is gonna hold them off? And it's just a theory. Not every celebrities are like Kim Kardashian, okay? There are some that are pretty much understanding of the average everyday people. Sylvester Stallone, I don't know, Mel Gibson, Tom Cruise. Well, Tom Cruise, unlike most celebrities, he's focused on his job, his acting, okay? And it's the reason why his movie, well, most of it at least, were successful. He didn't talk about politics or anything. He just talked about his movie. That's it. I mean, when both the audience and the critics hated your TV shows, that TV show failed tremendously. So, no idea what's gonna happen. I mean, I don't know what's the production budget for that TV show, to be honest. Could be expensive, not including marketing, okay?
Well done, Griffin. Now we got this airfield secured, we can get a foothold on this island and start pushing the Japanese back. We're through retreating, lad. America's back in this war.
The Marines began to truly develop their style of combat. This preparation paid huge dividends in the early days following America's entry into the war. Guadalcanal was taken and secured with almost no loss.